Hello, my beautiful friends. How are you? My name is Nadia, and in this video, I'll be sharing 6 physical signs that you are going through a spiritual awakening. So I decided to make this video about physical signs of a spiritual awakening because I had someone that had found my channel. She commented on one of my videos. She was saying that she's so glad that she found my channel and that she was going to be looking at the older videos as well. And she said that she found my channel because she was looking for physical signs of a spiritual awakening. So I took a glance back at that old video, and I didn't even watch the video. I just look at it and I'm just like, wow. I know what I was going through at the time. I feel like everything was really new. I was overwhelmed by everything that I was experiencing. So now I feel like I can look at it from a different perspective. And so I felt like this would be a good time to make an update to the physical signs of a spiritual awakening. So number 1, feeling exhausted for no apparent reason. Now, this happened to me 6 or a little more than 6 months ago when this awakening first started. I would be very sleepy, very tired. I would sleep more than 8 hours of rest, and still wake up feeling like I didn't sleep enough, just really tired and really drained. And at the time, I wasn't sure what it was. But after researching over time, I've learned that there's a lot of healing going on in our body. On a deep level, a lot of deep healing going on. Healing from things you probably don't even know you need healing from. A lot of that is going on during your sleep. Even physical healing as well. There may be certain areas of your body that you feel a little pain or aching going on when you're sleeping. And it's like energy, certain energy, a lot of energy is being sent to these areas for healing. So this is what's happening to your body on a mental, spiritual level, on an emotional level, as well as a physical level. There's a lot of healing going on, and that's the reason why your body's working, believe it or not, when you're sleeping. So that's the reason for feeling so tired and exhausted, but that is one of the physical signs. Number 2, changes in your sleep pattern. So you might have some very interesting things happening when you go to bed at night. You might start waking up at strange times in the middle of the night. You might wake up at the same time for like nights in a row. A lot of different things. You may feel surges of energy or just different things happening with your body when you get relaxed or when you are going to bed at night. For me, with the waking up and seeing a certain time, this didn't happen a lot. It would happen where I would randomly wake up and I didn't see anything specific about the time that I would see when I would wake up. But there was one time specifically, I think it had to be about a month or 2 ago. And this night when I went to bed, I was feeling this tingling in my body and this energy, like different things I was feeling going on. And I went to bed that night and I felt like this tingling in the middle of the night, and it kind of woke me up. I just woke up out of my sleep. And I'm laying there, and I decided to look at the time, and it was 2:22. And I was just like, whoa. Now it's almost like I couldn't go back to sleep right away because I'm just laying there like, okay, I see 2:22 and 22 a lot, but for me to just like randomly wake up and look at the time, and it's that time, it's just like, you know, something's going on. All right, so that's a sign, or a physical sign. Your sleep, feeling like your sleep is being interrupted. Something interesting that has been happening to me, and I'm still trying to do some research on these different sleep cycles and how is it possible to be awake while you're asleep, because this is something that I experienced. I experienced being able to be aware that I am in the bed sleeping. I am aware. It's almost like you're outside of your body. Not that I'm outside of my body looking at myself, but I am just aware in my head that I'm sleeping. I'm aware that I'm in the bed. I know that that's going on. So I'm, in a way, it's like I'm awake. I'm not sleeping. And at this time is where I have experienced these visions and buzzing and different things happening in the body. So it's possible that I am able to be awake during a certain sleep cycle. And it's still something I'm still trying to research and understand. I don't know if anybody or any of you are going through that. If you know anything about it, please share with me. I'm still trying to research, and maybe we can help each other out to at least understand what that is going on. So in general, it's just changes with your sleep patterns, different things, interesting things happening when you go to sleep at night. Number 3, you might just start to desire a healthier lifestyle. You might start to desire getting in shape or walking or just incorporating some kind of exercise or health into your life, as well as with food. You may just start to crave healthier food. That happened to me. I started craving vegetables more than I never really was against them, but I just started craving them a whole lot more. Now that I know that I have actually gone through more than one awakening throughout my life, this may be the reason for some of my getting into fitness really hard and making certain changes in food and things like that. All of these different things that may have happened may have been triggered by different awakenings that have happened to me. So that's a sign. That's one of the physical signs. Desiring a healthier life, desiring and craving healthier food. Number 4, muscle twitches, muscle jerking kind of movements. You may feel tingling in your head or your body. You may even, this is something that happens to me every now and then. I feel like something's crawling on me. It's like I'll reach down like an ant or something's crawling on my leg or something and it's nothing there. It's a sensation that something's crawling on your skin, or the tingling and the twitching of the muscles. This happens to me not as much as it used to. When it first started happening, I remember my eyebrow was twitching for I swear it had to be like 3 days in a row. Twitching, it was just starting to get annoying, just jumping, twitching. My arm muscles would twitch in my arm, my leg. That was something that was happening around that time that all of these different symptoms started showing up. I was feeling that a lot then. Now, every now and then I do feel the crawling sensation, like something's on me. I get a random little twitch every now and then, but it's not as intense as it used to be. But that is one of the signs. Muscle twitches, jerking movements, tingling feelings in the head or in the body, as well as a crawling sensation, like something's crawling on you. At least this is what I've experienced. Number 5, intense emotions. So it could be anger, sadness. All of your emotions just start to feel a lot more intense. What I find to be a little, can throw you off or be a little confusing with this is the emotion of anger can be easily mistaken for just random everyday things, or certain things are pissing you off. But it's kind of, this anger is coming up, and it's not specifically because of these everyday things. But you will, as we go through this, we try to make ourselves understand what we're feeling, and we'll blame it on something. Oh, I'm pissed off because of that or because of this. But the truth is that's not really exactly why you're pissed off. This purging, these emotions are coming up, and it's just easier to kind of place it on something. But when it comes down to the emotion and the feeling of bliss, that is something that you cannot just say, oh, I feel blissful because of this. Because when this was happening for me, the blissful feelings, that was like, I didn't have any explanation for why I felt that way. I would just be like, I feel good. It's just this blissful thing going on. I don't know if that is due to the awakening of the chakras and your pituitary gland releasing dopamine inside of your body, which got you feeling all high and doped up and feeling like blissful. Could be that. I'm not sure of everything that I've read and everything that I see, but those emotions, all of those different emotions, they feel very intense, whether it's feelings of love, blissful peace and harmony, anger, sadness, depression, a roller coaster of emotions. That is something that I went through, and I know that that is a physical sign of a spiritual awakening. Number 6, you may feel like your senses have gotten stronger. You're seeing, smelling, hearing. you may feel like it's gotten stronger. For me, when it comes down to vision, I've never really needed glasses, so my vision has always been pretty good, but sometimes it feels very clear, like I can see very clearly sometimes. And then sometimes it feels like everything's too bright, like my eyes are really sensitive to the light. When it comes down to smelling, something really happened. I remember, like I said, at this time when I was going through all these different emotions, I remember smelling scents that were not around, and I didn't even understand why I was smelling it. You know how, let's say you turn your heater on and you can smell the heat or the coils like burning? I would smell that sometimes, and there's no heater on or anything, but I would smell that and I would just be walking around looking for it. So like, it seems like your senses get strong to the point where you can smell everything. So that has definitely happened. As far as hearing, that's something that still is going on with me. I still get the ringing in the ears. And I also, what happens more than anything else is the pressure in the ears. Every day, pretty much, I'll feel pressure, like if you're in a plane or in an elevator, that ears are gonna pop. I feel that, and I hear the ringing sometimes. And then, of course, there's the third eye pressure, which is something that I feel every single day. And I've been even trying to research and find out, is this something that's gonna happen forever? Like, is it like I'm gonna constantly feel this tingling here, this pressure here? Is this something that's gonna happen as long as I am living this life? I don't know. It's like once I noticed it, now it's like there all the time. It's either this tingling feeling here makes you want to scratch right there, or it's just a pressure there, or it's just like something's lightly sitting on my head. And that's something that I experience every day. At some point, I guess I'll figure out how long this lasts. Does the third eye constantly expand as long as you're living this life? I don't know. But that is definitely a sign of a spiritual awakening. And those are the 6 signs, those 6 physical signs. A few more signs that are not necessarily physical is that you may start to let go of attachments. Letting go of attachments, your intuition may become increased, as well as increased synchronicities, number synchronicities, or people that you meet that are doing the same thing you're doing, or they say something that you were just thinking about. A lot of these interesting synchronicities will happen more, and as well as the attachments that you seem to be letting go of, and your increased intuition. Whatever your attachments are, if they are certain relationships that you are attached to, friendships, romantic relationships, or whether it's internet, social media, different things like that, lifestyles, whether you're into spending a lot of money on expensive clothes and shoes, or fashion, or a lot of these things will start to change. You will lose the attachment to these things that used to feel so good to you and used to make you feel like you are you. When it comes down to the fitness for me, which I was like obsessed with, I've definitely lost my attachment to being so into fitness. And my intuition has definitely grown, and the synchronicities are off the charts. So these are the signs of a spiritual awakening. I sure hope that you guys enjoyed this video. I hope it helps some of you out there. I want to thank you all for watching my videos. Thanks for subscribing to my channel, and I'll see you soon. Peace and blessings.